Good evening, dear brothers and sisters in Riway, Philippines. A very warm welcome to be in attendance in today's Leadership Training Seminar. I'm James Cheong, General Manager of Philippines. It is very unfortunate that we still must meet each other virtually, but nevertheless, heartwarming and thankful that we are still able to meet each other regardless of the methods we use. And it has been an event that I have been looking forward to ever since its announcement. Over the course of these 2 days, Riway will hold a total of 7 different leadership training seminars, and yesterday, 3 different leadership training seminars were held in Singapore, Taiwan, and Indonesia at the same time. Today, we have 4 different training seminars going on concurrently in Malaysia, Japan, Hong Kong, and of course, the Philippines. Many of our leaders are gathered together in event halls within the regulation of different government agencies, and some gathering at home to participate in the training seminars. In total, throughout the course of these 2 days, tens of thousands of leaders are participating in this quarter's leadership training seminar. This time, the title of the training seminar in Philippines is To Excel. And to excel means to be superior to or to surpass in accomplishment or achievement. In other words, to be outstanding. And in Chinese, the title of this training seminar is 强手如云. What this means when translated to English is to describe the number of people who are outstanding. The amount of people who excel are like the countless number of clouds in the sky, a big number. And the number of elites in Riway is equivalent to the clouds in the sky. And in Riway, there are not only people who excel. The number of people who excel is huge. Just take a look at the recognition nights Riway organizes. The number of leaders going on stage to be recognized from just Diamond 1 star is quite a lot. Often we have to split into many groups. But among the many successful leaders in Riway, there are a group of leaders who are the elites, our team elites. Just one team elite night, thousands of team elite leaders are in attendance. And within this group, there are the elites of the elites, the strongest amongst the strong, our Team Elite Pegasus and Team Supreme. The big question is, how did they manage to become the strongest among the strong? How do they stand out amongst the elite? This is the reason why we are here, to learn and grow, to be able to understand and find out the secrets behind their success, to emulate their actions and become as successful, if not more successful than them. And for the past few months, I have been anticipating today's training seminar. I am equally as excited as you are. Not only am I the MC today, I will also be the closing speaker for today's event. But I am very honored and humbled to be accompanied by 3 extremely successful leaders. All 3 of them are Team Supreme Pegasus, one of the highest honors in Riway International. When I was planning and going through the arrangements and preparations of the training seminar, through my conversation with these 3 leaders, I felt that I have learned so many things, and they have been preparing their utmost best to share everything that has contributed to their success today with every single one of you. Without further ado, allow me to invite the first speaker for today. This speaker is someone most people are unfamiliar with, mainly because he only joined Riway less than 2 years ago. But within this short period of time, he has set records in Riway Philippines to be one of the fastest growing leaders in the past year, and has most definitely caught the attention of many leaders in Riway. He is also the cover page of our latest issue of Riway magazine. Here to share with us is Team Supreme Pegasus 3, Rolando Panit.
Thank you, Riway. Thank you, James, for this opportunity today. Most of you may not know me. I am Rolando, and I consider myself relatively new to Riway. I started my adventure in Riway in 2020, right around the time when COVID-19 was declared as a global pandemic. I am a OFW of more than 15 years here in Singapore, which can be considered an iron rice bowl as it has given me a feeling of security, that I can provide the needs of my family. In other words, I am contented, or I say complacent, with the situation that I was in. Working for more than a decade as an OFW gave me an illusion of financial security. I was able to provide more than the basic needs of my family, which resulted me in believing that my profession was the key for my future financial stability. Considering that I have reached the peak of my career, I did not see any further growth. What came as a shock was when reality bites, the illusion of security all the crumples down right in front of my very eyes, when several of my friends and people that I know lost their jobs, not because we are not good in what they did. Well, in fact, they were experts in their own fields, but they were retrenched because of the COVID-19. They had been in the industry for as long as, if not longer than I have. I was thinking that it was just a matter of time. I might be next. It is possible that at any moment, the career that I have been investing my time, hard work, and dedication it over the course of 20 years might be over. Will I wait for it? Is there any other opportunity for my career elsewhere? Now, I am in a dilemma. I spent years and years to hone my craft, but I was really unsure if I could find another jobs amidst the pandemic that could provide me with at least half of my income. The industry that I was in had been affected greatly by the pandemic. No one company is looking even higher now. So I started to have this growing fear in me because I am in a situation that I cannot control. I don't have any control as whether I can retain my job or not. It left me feeling very vulnerable and uncertain about my future. It is the fear and anxiety of losing everything that I have put so much effort and hard work for. And if I lose my job at this moment, how can I continue to provide for my family? I didn't like where I am. Don't get me wrong. I love my job, but I didn't like that I was stuck and confined a single source of income. It is like a farmer who is growing vegetables but has no control over the weather. Every single day, he hopes for sunshine for his crops to grow. But every time he looks up in the sky, it is gloomy, unsure of when the downpour will happen, unable to control what happened next. But if I look at it from a different perspective, if I choose to look at it positively, in fact, it was an eye-opener for me. I need to start taking charge of what I can control. It made me realize that I need to open my eyes for opportunity beyond my profession. I took action and moved. I didn't only move, I did it fast. I had this sense of urgency in me. If an opportunity came along with the impending uncertainty of the future, I did not have the luxury of taking it slow. I didn't have the luxury of taking my time. So I made a choice to open my eyes to see other opportunity beyond my profession. I saw Riway. Long story short, how I came to know of Riway is of coincidence. I met Jaden Nang on a flight from Philippines to Singapore. Being stuck on the plane with a leader of his caliber for 3 long hours. He had 3 hours to convince me. And the rest is his story. I took action to grab the opportunity and join Riway. When I started doing the business, speed was the key because time of the essence. In just 6 months, I achieved Team Elite Pegasus. And after 3 months, I achieved Team Supreme Pegasus 1. And in another 6 months, here I am as a Team Supreme Pegasus 3. Let me just give you an analogy. This is just hypothetical. Let's just say that you know someone who is wealthy. Based on what you know about this person, he is a generous and decent man. One day, you bump into him in a cafeteria and he just offers you a blank check. Yes, a blank check. He tells you to take it and write any amount you want, and it's yours. Now, my question to you is, number 1, would you take the check? And if your answer is yes, what amount would you write onto the blank check? And why? I will give you a few moments to think before I continue. All right. There is no right or wrong to any of the answer and reasons. Now, in my own opinion, majority of the people will shy away and will not take the check. There are a lot of reasons why people will not take the check that is being given away unsolicited. Again, there is no right or wrong. If someone will politely decline or gladly take the check, the reason why most of the people will decline taking the check is because majority of them may be skeptical. In today's situation, people are very cautious. Why may think that something is not right? Even if the person knows the gentleman, why would he be giving a blank check? They are afraid of unknown, or perhaps you might think, what will be the catch? People are prone to be declined reward because of the unknown risk. The second reason is that it could be a sham. Perhaps it is another scam. People may think that the blank check is a hoax. Perhaps there's no fun, and you may end up being a victim of swindle or prank. We cannot blame people who has trust issue. Perhaps most of us, if not all, we experience one way or another. It could be happened recently or in a distant past that were being tricked, backstabbed, or scammed. That's why many are stuck in a trauma. They decide to play safe. Another group of people will decline the check is because they might have a good, high-paying jobs. Someone can be a manager, supervisor of a big company, or own a business. Or maybe they are professional like engineers, programmers, lawyers, or accountants. They decline to take the check because they are financially stable. They feel that they do not want to take the money as they are already making a good money. Why I take the money if you already have? Another portion of people decline the check because they might be afraid of others' opinion. One will ask, what if someone I know, maybe my friends, relatives, or colleagues, find out that I took the check? Will it tarnish my reputation? Or perhaps someone will think I am taking the advantage of the gentleman's generosity, even if the check is being given to me unsolicited. These people are afraid to be judged. They are afraid that people might look down on them. They might be concerned about their reputation of being tarnished, or the way people look at them might be changed. Then, there's a handful of people that will take the check. And out of those group of people, majority of them maybe have financial difficulties, trying to make ends meet. They will put on the exact amount they need, or possibly adding a little more as a buffer, just enough for them to be back on their feet, hoping a better opportunity will come along and wait for the luck to turn around. Now, there's a minute portion of people will take the check and will put the largest amount that they think is possible to sustain his need and wants in life. They do not care if they will be judged or not. However, no matter what you do, you will be judged. If you do well, people will judge you. If you fail, people will also judge you. No matter what, you will be judged by society. People will judge you based on what you wear or what car you drive. No matter what you do, you cannot please everybody. Someone out there will judge you and scrutinize you. This is the fact of life. So with that in mind, that minute portion of folks will take you the check and write whatever amount he wants to sustain his needs and wants. Alright, here is an interesting part. What if I put the name in the story, let's say the rich and generous man is Mr. Lim, and the blank check he's giving you is the opportunity of freeway? I believe the numbers will be different because now the opportunity is obvious. It's easy for us to say, grab the opportunity. But reality, the first step, which I believe is tricky. Well, I guess the first step will always be tricky. Is how can we recognize the opportunity in front of us? Today, we can easily be blinded on the opportunity in front of us. That includes me. If not, because of the pandemic, perhaps I will still be one of the millions that earns from a single source of income, of being an OFW. I'm not saying it is wrong. I have nothing against having a single source of income. However, this is the one of many reasons why we are blinded on the opportunity right in front of us. It can be glaring, and yet it is not visible most of us. Unwittingly, opportunity comes past our way. We miss it, and someone will grab it instead of us. Why? Because we fail to recognize it, or better yet, we choose not to see it. The pandemic made me think about my situation, and I decided to make a choice to open my eyes to the opportunities in front of me. I am exactly where I am because of choices I made, which brought me where I am now. I made every choice and decide to open my eyes for the opportunity for me to grab it. Grabbing the opportunity is the easy part, just like accepting the blank check. But writing the amount is the hardest part. This represents how much commitment and hard work you are willing to give. There are moments in life that you cannot just go with the flow. It might sound cliche, but sometimes choosing the less traveled road will lead you to the things that once you only wish for. And those who can't decide for themselves tend to go to where the crowd is heading, thinking it is the safe direction. That is the nature of human beings. Whenever something happens, we will first think negatively. We will first think of the bad things that will happen. Let's give you an example. Let's say right now you are in the meeting and suddenly the staff of the hotel runs towards you and tells you that someone from home called you to look for you. Please go to the phone immediately. At the moment in time, what will you be thinking? Maybe you will be very flustered. Why are they looking for me so urgently? Did anything happen at home? Because the first thing that most people will think of is negative. But then again, must it be a bad thing that they are calling? Maybe they want to call you to congratulate you for attending this leadership training seminar. Maybe they call you to tell you to concentrate at the seminar and fight harder to achieve success. Or that they will look after your home for you. Did you obsessively think about the way that things could go right? Or did you obsessively think about the ways that things could go to the opposite? We think of ways on how we are going to protect ourselves. That is how we feel. In the moment you think, I'm just planning for the worst case scenario. We tend to think all the possible ways that something could go wrong so that we can mitigate and prepare for it, not understanding that we are dwelling, sinking ourselves, and keeping our focus on all the ways that it could be go wrong. Their imagined future, a future of failures. You will go where your thought leads you, but they are not real. Instead of secluding yourself and using your energy and thinking and imagining all the possible things that could go wrong or something falling apart, think about all the things that you could do if you take action. All the numerous ways that things could come to you and work out for the better. Focus on that and take action that you need to be successful. You can do that. It will take huge amount of hard work. It's not going to be easy. You will have to push yourself harder, more than anyone has ever pushed you to. If you don't put the work in today, if you don't do the unending, relentless work of developing yourself into something greater, someone is out there to grab the opportunity out of your hands. It is not okay to make excuses. The world will not slow down so that you can keep up and step out in front. It is not okay to demand for great reward for small work. If you want to do great, you need to become capable of greatness. To become great on what you do, you need to be consistent. Consistent of pushing boundaries, your own boundaries. Success is not one-day event. It is what you must do consistently every day. If some days are tough, you found harder. This, my friend, will lead you to where you want to be. Giving opportunity that is in front of you is not dependent solely on whether you grab it. It also depends on how fast you action. I believe good habits are better than good luck. I remember James once mentioned, be aware of your thoughts because they become your language. What you think about will become what you say. If you think negatively, your words will also negative. Be aware of your language because they become your action. Be aware of your action because they become your habit. Be aware of your habit because it becomes your character. And your character decides your destiny. If you do not like your situation, make a choice. If you want to move fast, start by walking faster every single day. Don't walk slowly. Don't stroll. Act with a sense of urgency. Move with a sense of urgency. If you do not like what you feel, take action. Do something about it. Don't wait for something to happen because nothing will happen if you're grounded at the same spot. If you do not like where you are, move. Some may call it luck, but I call it decision. Some may call it destiny, but I call it choice. Some may call it triumph, but I call it dedication. Some may call it success, but I call it hard work. And now is the time to thrive. Now it's time to move. Now it's time to take action. If you do, then I will see you at the top. I am Team Supreme Pegasus 3, Rolando Panit. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rolando, for your exciting sharing. It is absolutely true. Speed is the key to success. Just like in Olympic sporting events, be it swimming or running, it will never be a competition of who is the slower one. It has always been and always will be an event of speed. The fastest will always triumph. The faster you are, the more successful you are. In the world today, everything is about speed. For example, internet. From 2G to 3G to now 5G. Each one getting faster than the next one. And slowly, the 2G and 3G is replaced, is eliminated. Today, if you want to be successful in Relay, you got to ask yourself, do you have the competitive spirit in you? Do you want to win? If you want to win, you will do what it takes to win. To overtake that person in front of you. Someone who is competitive, someone who wants to win, have no time to waste. They have no time to take it easy, and they have no time to find excuses. Once again, thank you, Rolando.